Hi Dipali, thank you so much for joining. Hi everyone. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's live session. I'm Rakhi, your host, and so happy to have you here. Stay connected. We shall have our expert very soon. And today's live session is going to be very much relevant given the times we are in currently. Yes, I'm talking about summers. While summers are in full glory and we are ready to enjoy mangoes, beach, and being out in the open, but there is also one more thing which we should be careful about, and that is the sun. And so we'll be today talking about sunscreens. Very quickly, I'll be joining our expert of the day, Dr. Neha Dubey. So please allow me to welcome her and get her on the call. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Please stay tuned. Our expert would be joining us very soon, and she will be telling all the details around sunscreen, busting out some myths, and why it is so important to have sunscreens in our daily lives. आप में से जिसके भी जो भी क्वेश्चंस होंगे सनस्क्रीन के अराउंड प्लीज आप हमसे शेयर करिए एक्सपर्ट डॉक्टर आपसे सारे रेलेवेंट आंसर शेयर करेंगी दैट विल डेफिनेटली हेल्प यू सर्वाइव थ्रू समर्स दिस ईयर Sorry, there might be some technical issue because she's not able to join. Just stay tuned, guys. I'm sure आपने से कई लोगों ने अभी यूज करना शुरू कर दिया होगा सनस्क्रीन because many part of our country is definitely right now as we speak is becoming hot.
Hi, Raki.
Hi, how are you doing, Dr. Neha?
I'm
It's
doing
such a
great,
pleasure to
Raki.
have you
Thank you
again
so
with us.
much.
A very good
Sorry,
evening.
I'm. Thank
Yes,
you.
so I would
Good
like to begin with a very
evening.
quick introduction about Dr. Neha. Dr. Neha is a certified dermatologist and cosmetic dermatology specialist with over 7+ years of experience. She's been practicing in Gurgaon. She has earned a medical degree from a very renowned college from Bangalore, and she has been practicing for a very long while, and all her patients vouch for the treatments that she's been offering to everyone out there. So very warm welcome, Dr. Neha, again. We were just talking about how summers are here and sunscreen has become extremely important. So we would like to hear your opinion on why sunscreen is important and what are the sunscreen that a person should be using and what is the best way. There are a lot of questions that we've got from our users around sunscreen. So while we proceed, I'll definitely share those questions with you. Over to you, Dr. Neha.
Okay, all right. So, thank you everyone who is joining in right now. And yes, summer is the right time, a great time to talk about sunscreens. And everyone, everywhere, people are talking about sunscreens. People are even telling how to apply it, how much to apply it. But yes, that's a good question that why? Why do we need it and what is the importance? See, in order to, we all know concept about premature aging of the skin, okay? Premature aging simply means that your skin doesn't, the quality of your skin does not correlate with with your actual
Yes.
age. So that is premature aging. Now, this could be anything. This could be lines, wrinkles, freckles, diffuse melanosis on the face, uneven skin tone,
Yes.
whatever. So now, in order to prevent this premature skin, there has to be a balance that we need to maintain the homeostasis basically between our internal and the external
Yes.
environment. And sunscreen actually plays a very good part actually in this because it's a very practical approach towards sun protection.
Yeah.
Why? Because 80% of the skin is photo aging. It is proven. And, I've spoken it time and again. It is already mentioned in the studies that whatever signs of aging, at least externally you see, it is because of radiation. And now, as we are
Yeah.
advancing, many other types of radiation. So that is why Rakhi, am I
Yes,
audible
yes,
to
you are
you?
audible to me. There was a momentary lag, but you're much clearer now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's a part of it
Yes, yes. I
actually.
mean, network, we are at the, back of the network connectivity. But yeah, it's much, much better now. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. You were
Okay.
saying about sunscreens.
Yes, so you asked a question why it is important. That's what I was trying to
Yeah.
explain, that since we all know that 80% of the aging in the skin
Yes.
is photo aging, that is because of all sorts of
Yeah.
radiations. So that is why when 80% is there and you have something that can actually delay it, prevent it, then why not use it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So while we are at it, Dr. Neha, I wanted to know, is it a good thing, can we also let small kids use sunscreen? How does it work? I mean, and what is the right time to begin? Should we be using it like entire year, or basically people get more active with sunscreen when it's the summers around. Otherwise, they are just not using it much.
See, when it comes to kids above the age of 1.5 to 2 years, you can start using. But with kids, mostly we go with physical
Yeah.
sunscreens, not the chemical ones. Physical sunscreens are the ones which have titanium dioxide, zinc oxide in them.
Mhm.
And they generally either reflect the light away or scatter it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So that's about kids. Now, generally speaking, yes, people do get active with sunscreen in the summers because, of course,
Yes.
summers, there is sun. People see the sun and they
Yes.
use it. But it is something that should be used all the year round because you can, that way reap the benefits. We feel that the sun is not there. We feel it is not sunny. But we are not talking about the sun per se,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We are we are talking about
Yes.
the rays,
Yes.
radiations. Now, radiations can reach the surface of the earth. The ones that are meant to reach the surface of the earth, they will come, whether it is raining, whether it is snowing,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever. So it is better to use it entire year. That's the best
Okay.
thing.
Ma'am, how does exactly these sunscreen work? As in, what do they do to our skin to protect it?
See, Raki, if until like 5, 6 years back, sunscreens were just sunscreens.
Yeah.
Okay. Their job was either they were physical or chemical sunscreen. Physical sunscreen, I already told you how they work,
Yeah.
and they are more preferred in kids, and then in certain cases, the people who are into sports,
Yeah.
outdoor activity. And then there are these chemical sunscreens, which are actually organic sunscreens, and they have got certain components which what they do is they absorb the light that is
Yeah.
coming, uh, uh, longer wavelength light that is coming, and they convert it into a ground state energy. They convert these radiation into much milder
Yeah.
forms, longer wavelength, low energy forms.
Yeah.
So that is how these rays, then they don't harm the skin.
Yes.
So until few years back, sunscreens were
Yeah.
just sunscreen. Now when we talk sunscreen, oh my God, there are so many options.
Yeah.
And now the sunscreens are, they are multiple functions a sunscreen would have because people have started adding so many things to a
Yes.
sunscreen. So now they not only protect your skin against UV radiation, they have components which will, retain the moisture
Yes.
also. They have components which reduce redness, which reduce inflammation,
Yes.
like one of the sunscreen Thrive also have. So these are the kind of sunscreens which are good for today's day
Yes.
and age.
One thing also I wanted to know, so most of the sunscreens that are available in the market, do they protect from UVA and UVB, both kind of sunlight? Like it protects both ways, is it?
These days, most of the sunscreen, they are broad
Yeah,
spectrum. That means they will protect against UVA and
yeah,
UVB. And you should always go for a broad spectrum sunscreen only. Why?
yeah.
Because when we say UVA, UVA radiations can even penetrate the window
Yes,
glass.
yes.
Okay? So, and they penetrate much deeper into the layers of the skin.
Okay,
UVB rays, they fortunately cannot penetrate the automobile and window
okay,
glass, and they don't go that much deep.
okay.
So, but both are harmful wherever they are going, wherever they are coming from. So now most of the sunscreens, good quality sunscreens, they are broad spectrum,
Yes,
and that is the reason why that PA
yes,
is written.
yes.
So that's about the strength of the
Yeah.
sunscreen. How much is it effective or is it preventing from the UVA radiation?
Okay, okay. So while we are at it, what is this exactly SPF? Like, most of the people would be saying that use higher SPF. That would protect your skin the more. So is it advisable to use higher SPF? Won't it cause any kind of a harm to the skin?
See, SPF, if I tell you in a medical language, what is it exactly? Uh, Suppose there is an area
Yeah,
of the skin, and there I have applied the sunscreen, and SPF is nothing but the amount or the amount of UV radiation that is required to produce just slight bit of redness on the skin that is protected,
yeah,
divided by the skin that was
yeah,
unprotected. Okay,
yeah,
so no, there are with good quality sunscreen, you cannot expect any kind of side effect with higher SPF. For Indian skin tone or for the Indian conditions, we mostly say that anything with SPF 30 and above is
yeah,
good. But now, how much do they protect? Suppose if we say SPF 30,
yeah.
SPF 30 is going to absorb around 96% of UVB
Mm-hmm.
radiation. Then SPF 45 is going to absorb around 97, and SPF 50 is going to absorb 98% of UV radiations.
Okay.
So really it depends where you are using it. Like people who are living in higher altitudes, you must have observed, Raki,
Yeah.
that the amount of wrinkles and lines on their face is never proportional to their
Yes.
age. Even the younger, females, younger boys, even they'll have, even if they are in their 30s, the lines would be very nicely
Yes.
etched out in their skin.
Yes.
That is because of the amount of radiation that they are
Yes.
exposed to. So in such situations, SPF 50 is good.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going, on a beach, it is going to be very sunny, a very tropical climate, SPF
Yeah.
50 is good. But what one should look for is the
Okay.
formulation. So it's not about SPF anymore. And any SPF you use, you should reapply it.
Yes.
Okay, so I explained you the concept
Yes.
of SPF. That ज़्यादा SPF means it is going to uh, absorb more
Yes.
radiation, right? But that does not mean that ज़्यादा SPF means it is going to last you for 8
Yes.
hours. No, whatever is the SPF, you need to
Yes.
reapply it if you're
Yes,
outside.
makes sense. And what if, ma'am, if somebody is just not using sunscreens at all, what are the implications? What can be noticed in a person like this? Never uses a sunscreen, maybe.
Uh, See, eventually we will see some changes in their skin, which are a little earlier than the same age group who's using a sunscreen. So the basic thing that you can see is
Yeah,
uneven skin tone, uh, then freckles, then
yeah,
hyperpigmentation,
yeah,
uh, then fine lines
yeah,
coming soon,
yeah.
wrinkles. Apart from that, there is not that sheen, that glow is not there on the face
Yeah.
because the face has to go through so much.
Yes, yes. So, indeed, I mean, I totally agree, Dr. Neha, that it's very important we should be applying, as you said, because most of the times people would feel that morning to lagaya tha na, why it is important to again and again apply. But I think it gets wiped off because of sweat or maybe a lot of pollution. So, yes, it's true. So, there are certain myths, and we want to bust certain myths, ma'am. So, I'll be sharing some quick ones. You just let us know what is the myth associated and how do we bust so that our audience also comes to know that they should not be following it because it's a myth. The first one is sunscreen will prevent the body from absorbing
Sure.
vitamin D.
Nahin. You are applying sunscreen on the face, you are applying sunscreen on, suppose if you're using it on the exposed
Yeah,
areas of the body. See, even some amount of UV radiation is enough for your body to synthesize vitamin
yeah,
D. UV radiation is required for the synthesis. Synthesis is happening inside the
yeah,
body only. So it's not like you're absorbing vitamin D from
yes.
sunscreen. No, you need UV radiations as a
Okay,
catalyst to
okay,
synthesize some amount of vitamin D. Now, that being said, these days people are mostly
yes,
outdoors. There is no, sorry, indoors. There is no outdoor activities
yes,
at all. They don't prefer going out. So what we advise is as doctors that take some bit of
yeah,
sunlight, go out early in the morning, depending upon what season we are talking about. Suppose in summers, go out, take a walk, go at between 6:30 until 8:30. You can go around,
yeah,
say, and the sun is not that harsh that time. So even a 10-minute exposure is enough for whatever vitamin D you need.
yes,
So that's a myth,
yes,
definitely.
absolutely, absolutely. The next one is sunscreen causes skin problems.
Sunscreen causes skin problem. I wouldn't agree. It's a myth, but there is a condition. Uh, if you have not found the right sunscreen for your skin type,
Yeah,
then of course you will not like the feel of it.
yes,
Suppose if you have got a very oily and acne prone skin, and if you're going for a very creamy or oily sunscreen, and you expect that to do wonders, then no, it will protect from UV radiation, but then you will
yeah,
break out.
yeah,
So you have to find a sunscreen. There are many options available these days. So you have to find a sunscreen according
inside.
to your skin type. It will take some time, it will take some effort, and it will take some money
Yes,
also. But then eventually you will find the right sunscreen, and that's a good
absolutely.
investment.
Absolutely, totally agree. I mean, I think skincare products are some that we shouldn't be penny pinching on, and we should invest in something because it's on our body, it's on our skin, which needs to really help us. There are just two more left. Makeup is enough to protect the face.
Makeup, see, these days even makeup products would have some amount of
Yeah,
SPF in them.
yeah,
But Raki, it is, it is not proportional to the quantity than what you will require to get the protection which you were getting from the
yeah.
sunscreen. That would be
Yes,
more. Imagine people using two finger lengths of BB cream or a foundation on their face.
yes.
You can't do that.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So that's why I think sunscreen is important because you can layer it the way you want it.
Yes,
Okay, great. The next one is
definitely.
higher the SPF, more the protection. I think you've already answered that question. For different altitudes and different areas, we should be using a particular kind of sunscreen. Last but not least, people with dark skin do not need sunscreen.
People with dark skin do not need sunscreen. Why? No, it's a myth. They do need a sunscreen. Why not? They will
Absolutely.
also experience all the changes which come with the photo
Yes.
aging. As if dark skin people don't get wrinkles or fine lines or pigmentation. No, they need a sunscreen.
I think this myth is more correlated because in our country, fair skin, dark skin, that is also one of the concepts that we keep hearing on, and people feel sunscreen लगा लेने से क्या हो जाएगा? Skin tone is darker.
Yes.
But guys, as you heard, it's a very big myth. Even dark skin people
Hmm.
do need to use sunscreen, so please shop for it. So, ma'am, we also got
And this is a Raki, I would like to also specify that this is a misconception about a sunscreen. If you use a sunscreen, then you will have a fair skin. If you don't, you will have a dark skin. When you are using a sunscreen, you are talking about your skin
Yes.
health. So you have to concentrate on that. When your skin is healthy, it will be of that tone or color which you are supposed to have.
Yeah.
It will not have any problem, any hyperpigmentation, and a healthy skin will eventually look good.
Yes.
So, guys, please don't correlate the color of your
Yes.
skin with sunscreen. Skin health is equal to
Yes,
sunscreen.
absolutely. Totally agree with you, Dr. Neha. Ma'am, we had also got some of our users had sent question to us. So I would like to take you through those questions. How many times ideally we should apply sunscreen and for how long it's effective? I think you had shared an answer on this, wherein its reapplication is important. But could you specify like what is the duration that a person should keep in mind when they are reapplying?
Just remember 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m. Suppose if you're applying it at 9 a.m., then somewhere around 12, 12:30, you can reapply it. And once you apply it around 3 p.m., then the effect is going to last for, for another 3.5 hours. That much is enough. After that, there is sunset.
Okay, great. The next one is, do we need to wear sunscreen indoors? My skin is acne prone, so I'm afraid to use it.
No, please don't be afraid about acne prone skin. There are many good quality sunscreens that are available for every skin type. Yes, when you are breaking out a lot and when the face is very oily, you at times feel, and even I, as a practitioner, would advise my patient to reduce the amount of products that are using on their face. Uh, but that's just for the active phase of the acne when there is too much of acne and then where there is too much of oil. Once that is treated properly, you should use a sunscreen. And there are these aqua fluid based sunscreens which are non-comedogenic. They won't cause acne. So don't be
Yes,
scared. Use it.
yes,
Because after acne, we are worried about post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation also. Na? If the acne goes away, some people will have those
yes,
red marks, or some will have those dark hyperpigmented marks. So those are the major concerns. The acne is eventually going to go away only.
absolutely.
But what sequel it is leaving behind, that is something that we have to, takes time to manage that.
Yes, absolutely. And one more question, one more part to her question was, like, when should we even apply sunscreen when we are indoors?
Yes, as I said, that the UV radiation, especially UVA radiation can penetrate the window glass, the automobile glass, so you should wear it indoors. Plus, there is a concept of
Yes,
visible light also these days, blue light
yeah,
also. So most of the people who are in front of the system during the entire day, then they will also start experiencing subtle changes after a certain point of time.
yeah.
So why not? You should wear it indoors.
Yes. Someone has asked, how do we apply sunscreen? Do we need to massage it for deeper penetration?
No, you need not massage it for deeper penetration. It has to be applied like any other
Okay.
topical preparation that you use, any other cream that you
Okay.
use.
Okay.
Nothing special about it.
Okay. One person has asked, what is the difference between physical sunscreen and chemical sunscreen? I think this also you had shared with us at the very beginning of the session.
I have already
Yes, yes.
answered. Yes.
So one more question.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'll repeat
please.
it again. So, okay. Uh, in short, there are two types of sunscreen, physical and chemical. Now, physical ones, they will either scatter or reflect the UV radiations once it touches the surface of your skin. These are they mostly contain zinc oxide and titanium dioxide. And chemical sunscreens are the ones which will not reflect anything. They will just absorb, take that
Yeah,
radiation or the wavelength of light that is falling on
yeah.
the surface, convert it into a lower energy wavelength, and that is how they will act.
Understand. So are the ingredients that are present in the sunscreen safe for everyone to use? Like, basically these days people have.
Unless and until some patient has got a known
Okay,
allergy,
okay.
unless and until a person has got known allergy to some cosmetic or some form of preservative that is used in a
Yeah,
in these
yeah.
formulation, uh, no, there is no problem.
Okay, okay. Um, Last but not least, can I wear makeup that has sunscreen in it? As I think this also you had shared in a bit. Uh,
Definitely.
yes,
There's
but as you said, only
you
using
can wear makeup that has sunscreen in, then you have to
yes,
use a lot of it,
yeah. So I mean,
and
you
then you
know,
will have blending issues.
yes. So all the ladies out here, you must have just heard Dr. Neha share her expert advice on makeup as well. So you should not just rely on makeup as a sunscreen because it is you cannot apply too much of makeup on your face, and sunscreen does its own work and makeup does its own work. So keep it separate. Please layer your skin before you apply any makeup. Layer it with sunscreen, good sunscreen rather. So, yeah, so Dr. Neha, that was about it. We got all the responses from you, all the details and queries shared by you. So, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to have you with us again today, and looking forward to many more sessions with you.
Thank you so much, Raki. You're such a kind and nice host every time. And thank you, everyone who joined in. Thank you for the questions. I really enjoyed answering each and every one of them.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Bye.